Would you believe prayer and my faith brought me through the toughest times? But besides prayer and my faith in this situation, Soca was also the cure. Join me and let's talk about this story. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know in my introduction video I had mentioned almost 3 years ago I went through a life-changing experience, and that I did. In March of 2020, I had filed for a divorce from my now ex-husband. We were married for 15 years, together for 18 years. For me, I can't speak for anyone else. I knew when I got married, it was not on my agenda to say, Kwanda, you'll be filing for divorce in 2020. No. That was not what I wanted. I love being married. I love being a wife, building together with our kids, having them in a two-parent home. But how many of you know that being in a marriage just for your kids, or because you had history, you have history, sometimes does more harm than good? And the reason why I filed, I chose my happiness instead of history. I chose my health instead of history, or what was, or what we had. I did not see any light at the end of the tunnel, that things was getting better. His words was not aligning with his actions, and I had it. I was at my wit's end. And you know, it may sound cliche when you hear, oh, you'll know when you had enough. Trust me, I had enough. And some might say, oh, you give up all those years. Wow, yes, I did. Like I said, I chose my happiness and a peace of mind over what was. You know, being married at that time and the situation, it brought more confusion to the home and brokenness to my heart. I could have seen my bitterness, my anger, my rage bleeding onto my kids. And it was either continuing to endure or get up out of there. And no, I did not went through any physical abuse, but emotionally, yes. At times I felt like, wow, I'd rather go through the physical part of being abused than this emotional abuse, because going through an emotional abuse, one minute I'm just happy, the next minute I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm in my feelings, and that is not healthy for anyone. And because his words was not lining up with his actions, I allowed his actions to cause me to get out of character, get angry, get upset, lash out. And that was not me, because I was allowing his behaviors to determine my behavior. I saw it bleeding out into my home, onto my children. And if I'm here to protect them and allowing my behavior and his behavior to affect them negatively, my parenting and the environment I was providing for them was not a healthy environment. And I needed to make the decision, not only my happiness, because it might sound selfish, like, oh, she only thought of herself. No, I thought of them too. When we started having kids, I thought of, okay, leaving a legacy. And this is not the legacy or the behaviors I want to be exhibiting in the front of them. So that was the decision I made, to file for a divorce. My kids were getting older, they were understanding, and that is what I chose, a divorce. Some might say, oh, you could have waited, you could have see what happened. You were not in my shoes. So this is what, like I said, I chose. I endured. I fought to the end, the best way I knew how to. And I don't have to explain. That's the good part of it. Why do I have to explain to someone from the outside looking in if you don't know what I've been going through? And I had that. Like, you just give up. And yes, You might say I gave up, but I knew what was best. So at the end of the day, I chose me. I chose me. And I encourage others to choose themselves. I'm not saying you're going through situations in your marriage or relationships or even career, just call it quits. But you know how much you can take. You know what you have to endure. And at the end of the day, you will make that decision if you choose to stay or leave. At the beginning, it was not easy. Let me make this clear. I became a single woman, but not a single mother. And that was the plus part of it. And when I say I became a single woman, yes, I was no longer married. And now I had to depend more on me instead of having a husband. He has always, and made it clear, will always be in his kid's life. And up to this day, that's how it's been. So, single woman, but not a single mother. So like I said, it wasn't easy, but the brokenness became normal. And I could have felt pieces of me just drifting away. I was losing pieces of me. That is one of the worst feelings a person can feel. Being married, but lonely. Being in a relationship, but lonely. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but it worked out the way I needed it to. And when we go through situations, we're going through it, and it's depending on the situation, it's beating us up left, right, and center. But I had to come to realize that, you're not going through this for you. Even though you're enduring pain, the hurt, you're not going through it for you. You're a voice for someone else. And I'm happy in a way that we have the platforms like YouTube and other social media to be able to tell our stories or give advice or be an encouragement and inspiration to others, because we don't know what someone might be going through behind that smile. And that was me. I was hurting and still smiling. What do you do when you've been hurt? Your heart is broken, you're angry. I just wanted to go to my bed, cry myself to sleep at times, have a glass of wine. And sometimes I just felt like Bernadine from Waiting to Exhale and blow this up, to be honest. But in reality, I had to keep a smile on my face and continue to be the mother I needed to be for my children and take care of them. Eventually, I started taking care of myself. So I had to let go pieces of me, of that bitterness, that anger, that rage, and started living in my truth. And some of the ways I overcame the bitterness of going through an emotional, abusive marriage and a divorce. I prayed. When I was going through, and I would speak to some friends or getting advice, and of course they'll be like, oh, pray about it, talk to God about it. And sometimes, to be honest, I just wanted to vent. I just wanted to be heard. I just wanted to let some of what I was going through out, instead of hearing just pray about it. Yes, prayer changes things. Prayer helped me through, but sometimes just pray about it is not what someone who's enduring, especially in a marriage, want to hear. I am thankful for the advice. Yes, I have been praying. So you didn't have to tell me to pray. I had been praying. I've been talking to God, and trust me, the prayers of the righteous have definitely availed much, because only prayer brought me through. Talking to God is what really brought me through. Are some of the steps I took to enjoy life after divorce. They're not in order, but like I said, I I started off, pray, pray, pray. Then I let go and let God. The best part about it, I didn't seek revenge. I didn't try to, get one up. I just let it go. And to be honest, not seeking revenge, not allowing the negativity of another person got to me. And a friend of mine had to remind me that you going through this, yes, but remember, he is not your end all. And at the time, I was like, you're right, Even though I was still in love, I had to come to that conclusion. He is not my end all. And oh my gosh, he was definitely not. I then accepted and rest. I rest my mind. I started regrouping. I reset. So I reset my mind, my body, my soul. I got rid of all of the toxic energy and started loving on me and getting back to me and enjoying the things that I loved before and trying new things. I did what made me happy. So do what makes you happy. I started enjoying life, going to the spa, pampering myself. I've always loved music, if it's reggae, R&B, gospel, but I fell in love with soca, and oh my gosh, when I say I was to every fete, every carnival I could have go to, or any little soca event, I was there. I enjoyed the environment, and it was nothing I did before, nothing I thought I would have done, but oh my gosh, soca definitely helped me whine away a lot of my hurt, if you understand what I'm saying. So that was something I enjoyed, and just being around other Caribbean people, the food, the energy, it helped me, and I was able to let go of myself and enjoy me. Trust me, and I didn't even know I could have shake like that, but I definitely was dancing. I definitely was enjoying it, and it was something I needed. I had to step back from a lot of stuff to get back to where I am now, to move forward in my faith, in my beliefs, because I was going through, but I was still human, and it helped me move forward. So do something you always wanted to do, something you probably thought you might never had enjoyed. Treat yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. And please do not compare yourself with others, or your relationship, your marriage with other people's marriage, because trust me, you don't know what that other person or that marriage or that relationship is going through. You just work on you, the relationship that you're in. Point blank, period. Stay off of social media, because you will be comparing all day. You'll be looking at other people or seeing ads. Stay off of social media. Choose happiness over history. Always start your day in a state of gratitude. Get in the right state of mind and start and end in a relaxed state. Surround yourself with people you love and trust. Create a support system. Don't allow fear or the opinion of others to stop you from becoming your best you. Move with integrity. Have character and make you happy. No matter what you do, others will always talk. You have to not allow the opinions of others to stop you. You cannot allow fear to stop you. Remember, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So that is what you need to work towards. Do not allow the fear of what if to stop you. And continue to love. You know, when I was going through, my prayer would always be, Lord, help me to continue to love. Even though I'm going through this, I don't want to stop loving. And when the right person comes along, they would add that love to the love I have to give and the love I have for myself. I spoke words of affirmation over me, and I still do it daily. No, I'm not the one, the universe. No, I believe in God the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, Jesus. That's who brought me and helped me through. You might have your other beliefs, but I am speaking from my point of view. So who you believe in, that's who you will pray to. And sometimes, you just need to breathe. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. And that was one of my coping skills, to breathe, inhale, exhale, before I respond to anything. Because, boy, listen, sometimes I felt like just getting back and texting away, responding, giving that long message, and 100% of the time, it ain't worth it. I'm not saying I'm perfect and these things started right away, because no, it did not. And trust me, I'm sure I was a thorn in his side just as much as he was a thorn in my side with the back and forth. But at the end of the day, I had to choose my happiness and to let go. And practice smiling. Confuse the enemy. Practice smiling sometimes, and you will realize it ain't worth it going through. It isn't. So, like I said, pray. Do what you love. Do not fear and allow the opinions of others to stop you. Make yourself happy. Surround yourself with people you love and trust. Create a support system. Be positive. Speak words of affirmation to yourself, about yourself. Create the environment you want. Do not dwell on the what ifs, because that will only keep you emotional and in your feelings. Sometimes, yes, negative words will be said. Know that those negative words can only affect you if you allow it to. At the end of the day, know that you're beautiful and you are loved. You are deserving of every good thing that's coming your way. And I choose to love me. I knew I was deserving of every good thing. When I spoke words of affirmation to myself, even though I know I am beautiful, I look in the mirror and told myself, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful. You will not have a day like you did yesterday, even though that day might have been good. I will have a better day today than I had yesterday. I will not allow the words of others to affect me. I am wealthy. I am in my happy place. I am deserving of every good thing. These are the words I spoke. I am bold, I am beautiful, and I am bad to the bone. But you have to believe that as well. You can't just speak it and not believe it. So at the end of the day, know that you are loved and start with loving yourself. See you next time. Remember to subscribe and like.